We're in night vision mode. It's midnight. I just got home from work and it's cold. It's gonna snow. So I just came out to see what's doing. I got a baby in here that the trumpeters were feeding. There's a trumpeter that the blondinets raised. They don't usually raise them, but there's another one up here. They raised them up pretty good. They're getting to be good pairs, these guys. So I'm going to shut this up. Keep the wind out of here. And I got to find the baby. The trumpeters were raising the baby for me. I showed them to you earlier. Sorry about the... He's tucked up here. I got him. Turned out to be a little dun. I intentionally didn't feed him this morning. And he's got food, so he's eating already. So I fed him. His parents weren't feeding him anymore, so I took him out of the nest. And I threw him on the floor in here with the blondinets. Because I know they won't pick on him. Because they don't have any beak. But see how wide the beak is? The beak is too wide to fit into the trumpeter's mouth, even a grown trumpeter. So they can only feed till they get about this size, and then they have to stop. The good thing is, this size they eat on their own, and he's fully feathered, so he's not going to be too cold as long as he's got food in him, which he did pick some food up. I can feel grain. I already heated my food up, so I'm just going to feed him anyway. So when they're that big, they're plenty big enough to go out on their own. He's hungry. He knows I fed him before, so I'm going to feed this little guy. I'll give him a shot. He takes, whoop. I overfilled him a bit, so just tip him. Just squeeze him out. So you check right here. It's below here. He's okay. It's still a little too much. He'll be all right. He's not happy. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the only problem with the bottle is you can overfeed them pretty easy. I'm going to pour a little more out. So you just tip them up and just squeeze them out. Won't hurt them. Well, not great for him, but so now it's way down here. It's below his throat. It's still a lot. I overfilled him. See, he's fine. He's breathing and everything. Probably got a little in his lungs. He'll cough it out. That's the only problem with this bottle is you squeeze it and boy, it comes out of there. So he's all right. He's going to cough a little bit. Oh, there's a live mistake on video. He's okay. See him? Oh, he's going to cough a little bit. So, I'm trying to get... Nobody seems to be bothering him. The only issue would be now is... hear him peeping? He's good. The only issue now would be is... I don't like to do that too because I think it forces it into their digestive system. When you overfill like that, you can see some grain there. So you don't want to do that. It's a bit too much. I don't want to step on anybody here. So, see this board? That's what you want to do. You want to put the board in there. Whoop, let me get the board on video. The magic number is 4 inches. The legs have to be 4 inches. Don't make it longer, don't make it shorter. So these guys can run under. If there's a male trying to mate with him, he can go under there and he won't get squished. That's the only trouble with the young ones is the males will try to mate with them and they'll squish them. They'll suffocate them, squashing them. So he's fine under there. And it keeps the heat, I find, from rising. It keeps them warmer under there. So build some of those, especially if you have nests like mine where they don't have an area to sit. This little hen, I don't know if she's gonna, I'm hoping those, that Doesn't feel any good. Now it's broken. That's broken. This one might be good. I'll let her get back on there. I'm going to chase her over that way. I'm dying to get a baby out of her, but yeah, I might have just screwed that up. I'm hoping she'll set. Come on, sweetheart. Get back on your egg. Well, I don't know. I might have ruined that now. Excuse my screenshots here, but I got all my dead eggs here that aren't any good, and I gotta get rid of them. I lost a baby. It's one of those floor nests. He hatched out and he walked away from the nest and froze. It's been so freaking cold here. But these are the two babies from last video that were in one of the nests, and they came out and they got scalped. That's one of the babies that was up top over there, way up in the top corner. That's his brother there, Rahani and Gengazi. And then these are two Asfars. Sometime you'll see that one's white. You'll get a sex-linked. I'm hoping he has a gold collar. They're beautiful with the white with the gold collar. But he got scalped pretty bad, and then I put the board in over here, and they've been doing fine. So I got a bunch of good eggs still starting. And the trumpeters aren't doing anything. They're sitting on eggs again. So I've got a couple of eggs I want to put under them from the other guys. Oh, I'm going to close most of this up so it's warm. I got a couple more babies that are going here. That's a good egg there. That's out of a red pair. So I'm anxious to see that one. And she laid an egg in the middle of the floor for some reason. Or is that her egg? Oh, that's another pair. They're nesting right next to each other. That's cold, so that's her first egg. These guys have an egg. Baby has an egg. So I just want to make sure she's sitting. And alright, sitting on her baby. That's the pair that had the other babies. That's their babies on the feeder, the dark one. And this guy here, whom I love, he's awesome. That's his baby, and he's made it to that hen. So I'd like to have a little more hay in there for him to stay warm, but those eggs are good. So I'm hoping she gets back on those. Come on, get back on your eggs. And these guys here, that guy's new since the last video. That's not the same bird that was there. The other one was actually down below. This guy's all grown up already. He's got 2 cold eggs in with him for some reason. But this guy is a whole new bird that he's stuffed full. And I got these guys sitting again. This is a weird color. Oh, she's got a baby. This is a hen from last year. She's got 2 babies. I don't want her getting off. The only problem with the night stuff. Oh, she's got eggs. Where are the babies from last time? This is the other baby that was in that nest before. Actually, this is the one from the top nest, my best male. That's his baby. And then that's another baby there. And I don't know where the other one is. There's the little blondinette I put in here because he didn't have anywhere to go. And the little Portuguese. Oh, I had a trumpeter that was getting beat up, so I threw him in here with the other babies. He learned to eat, and he's doing good. And the little Portuguese is up there. He's fine. I'm going to try to put that hen back in her nest. Where is she? I think that's her in the corner. I'm gonna stick her back in her nest and get out of here. So she sits on her babies. I'm putting her back on the nest and I'm taking the light away so she doesn't fly. So yeah, that pair of reds right there, that's their egg. And I took their other egg and I stuck it under another pair. I don't know which pair. And I got a baby in here. Everybody's been kind of taking care of him. I hope he's here somewhere. These two eggs were being sat on, but they're not anymore. Yeah, this guy here, he just got underneath whoever sits on him. He just runs underneath them. And see, these ground floor nests are terrible. But this guy, I have the feed, so I'm just gonna feed everybody. Just make sure I don't squeeze it so much. See, that's it. He's full. So I'll put him back. And that guy, I don't know who he is. That mama, she's just sitting on him. Just because she's good. When they get a little older, they're just good. This is the one that was sick. I was medicating her. And she got better. And then her male kept chasing her and trying to drive her to the nest. And she got sick again. And I medicated her again. And she looked better again. See, she looks fine now. And then the male was driving her again. And he made her sick again. So I had to take her out because the male kept driving her and she kept getting sick. She didn't have a chance to eat or recuperate. She's doing fine now. She looks good. She's almost back to normal. And that little hen's on some eggs. And this little hen here has a baby and she's sitting on an egg over there, which is no good. That little hen's sitting. That's her baby, the Duns. Look at this little guy. He's stuffed full. But see, she's not sitting on him. They feed him fine. His father is a black and white, and his mother is that little Dun. He looks black, so he might come out with the white. And then I got a pair underneath. Sitting on eggs. I don't know. That's the another black and white. That's a hen. Oh, she's got a baby now. She hatched out a baby. She got one or two. She's got two. So that's good. Two Portuguese babies. I don't know who she's paired to. I have no idea. And she's got an egg. Put her back, sorta. So I got 3 Portuguese babies. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sitting on eggs. So I'm doing pretty good. And I got the one I already raised up. I'm gonna put the lights on here and let them resettle. And I'll come back out in a half hour. Turn them back out. But he's doing all right. That guy. He was born over here on the floor, and he's been running around. Sometimes they're fine. These two hens got off of their eggs. I think one of these was the red pair's egg I put under here, so I was hoping they would raise them up. And I guess that's about it for babies. I checked all these guys' eggs, and I threw away the bad ones. Yeah. She's going to lay for the first time again. That's her nest. And she laid there that first egg yesterday. And she's going to lay another egg. So that's why she looks funny. I'll check her tomorrow. See, See how she's doing. Well, that's it. A little update. I don't get it out here enough to update, but those guys are real nice. They're big. Look how big they are. Getting a little sign. Oh, that's going to be the male. The white one, it looked like he started cooling. One of the Arab guys once told me, Mushin, he said that the male, one of them should be white in Asfars. I forget it was the male or the female should be white, and the other one should be yellow, and that gives you the best babies. Well, I got rid of my white ones. I don't have any whites. So he'll be my first white one again. But he's huge. Look at him. He's just a baby. 5 weeks old. Nice bird. I don't want to get rid of any anymore. That's the problem. Keep them all. Can't keep them all. Alright, so that's the kind of shit you got to do at night. There's my bands. I keep forgetting to band everything. I bought bands and I'm not banding anything. But that's the stuff you got to do at night. Sometimes. To make sure everybody's fed and everybody's sitting. Especially when you got babies, you gotta keep an eye on them.